Whoa, hits the spot every time. White t-shirt on, I know. It's pretty brave, I'm feeling a bit ballsy today. Have you missed me? Because I've missed you, mate. It's been a little while, I had a little break from YouTube, and during the break I went to Spain to embrace the culture for 8 days. I went to Ibiza, or Ibiza, however you want to pronounce it. Now during this time, I had a good time. I had a real good time, mate. But of course, this channel is fitness based, and the antics I was getting up to over in Ibiza do not really align too well. For example, during that 8-day period, I drank more alcohol than water. I averaged 2 meals per day. Average sleep time was 2 hours, and most evenings I was having a little dance, mate. Doing the Colombian sway for multiple hours. And now I'm back, the body's not feeling too great. So we've gone from dancing in Spain to being within the office space. And if you hear some background noise, that's because my dog, Dexter, has taken up a part-time job within the coaching business, and he is positioned right under the desk. But as I was saying, thanks to having a great time, I'm now back into my normal routine and I'm not feeling too good, as expected. And I wanted to talk about this topic because I find many people falling into this trap. When they're at home in their normal routine, everything's dialed in. Nutrition on point, training on point, they're feeling great, they're progressing nicely. They go away on holiday, of course that stuff goes out the window because the priorities enjoying themselves. They come back, they don't feel too good, they don't look too good, and they go into a bit of a panic mode. It's very important to remember we rent our physiques, we can't buy them. We pay the rent by eating a certain way, training a certain way, having a certain lifestyle, a routine, and as soon as you stop doing that, the look will change. But in order to get back to where you want to be, you just simply need to get back into your routine, be a bit patient, and things will start to click. I had my first leg day back yesterday, and I wanted to share it within this video because it was awful. Thought it might be a bit of a laugh. Do bear with me, just adjusting the lighting. It's very difficult, this YouTube stuff, especially when you film with natural light. But first things first, little quad check. Happy to say my legs haven't completely disappeared. This was a real possibility for me due to the amount of steps, amount of dance moves thrown, and lack of sleep. But they're not looking too bad. Are they looking as good as they were prior to going away? No, of course not. But they haven't completely gone, and that's a result. But on a serious note, at the minute, my physique is just looking very detrained. This was my second session back. My first session back was upper, and that was my first session in 11 days. As mentioned earlier, we rent our physiques, we don't own them. And when we stop paying that rent, there will be a shift in the look. And it's just very important we understand that. But also understand as soon as we start paying that rent again, things will be coming back. The game plan within this initial week isn't to full send it and try to match previous logbook numbers, because that would be ridiculous. The game plan is to get comfortable within the training environment again, build up good connections, and just in general, build up some momentum. I'm not going in with previous volume set points, that would be ridiculous. For example, this leg day, I done 2 on the seated leg curl, 2 on the leg extension, 1 on the hack, 1 on the leg press, and I did actually do 5 on the calf raise because they didn't grow no matter what. But previous volume was 3 seated leg curl, 3 leg extension, 2 hack, 2 leg press, calf raise stayed at 5. But if I went in at that, it wouldn't be looking good, mate. I'll be walking around like a shat myself. So initial volume for week 1, pretty much at a baseline, and we'll work it up from there when the body is back to normal. I can't stress this enough. Make sure you are logbooking your sessions in some way, shape or form. That can be Rep Count the app, it can be pen and paper logbook. The reason I mention this is because when it comes down to your training, you want it to be very clear when you've had a good session or not. Far too many people base their session on how good the pump was, how tingly their face was after taking the pre-workout, and how good their playlist is. They kind of rate it on a vibe. It needs to be rated on numbers. On this movement, did I use more weight for the same reps? Did I use the same weight for more reps? Was I an animal and done both? And was my form standardized? This is super, super important. So from now on, I know exactly when things are moving in the right direction. Because it's not based on a feeling, it's based on clear numbers within a logbook. This sounds a bit weird, but I like this kind of situation. Of course, we went away to that magical island twice. So I went through it twice last year. You come back significantly lighter, detrained, looking pretty awful. And within a couple of weeks, you're pretty much back to where you were. And it just feels like you've made an unbelievable amount of progress in a very short space of time. But in reality, you're just getting back to where you were. But it's still fun, mate. My brain's just gone blank and I'm lost within this video. So I could easily ramble, but instead of rambling, I'm gonna summarize. So in summary, we need to understand we rent our physiques, we do not own them. If you do go on holiday and have a great time, or if you do go to an event and go a bit off the rails, that progress you've made isn't suddenly lost if it's real progress. Yes, there's a slight change in the look. Yes, there's a slight change to your performance, but it's not a permanent thing. Once you start paying that physique rent again, you're sound, mate. Things will become a lot better very, very quickly, and that physique will be brought back to life. Simple. Ultimately, when it comes down to physique development, I think it should be a net positive. I think this can be quite a unique opinion, because a lot of people, when they're trying to make as much progress as possible, they think they need to become like a bodybuilding monk, a gym cell, shut themselves off from the outside world, only train, eat, sleep. But that's not the case. If you spend more time on plan than off, and when you're on plan, it's actually a plan that works. It's not just some bro science waffle you've heard on Instagram. You will make awesome progress. I'll put on screen the progress I've made if you're new to the channel. And during this time, I've gone to social events, I've gone on holidays, I've done stuff outside of bodybuilding. I mean, most summers I've surfed, and that sport definitely doesn't align with bodybuilding. What I'm trying to get at is, if you want to see a real change within your physique, you don't have to change who you are as a person completely and stop doing things you like. Yes, you have to make sacrifices, you have to eat a certain way, train a certain way, have a certain routine, but you can still fit a lot within that. Anyway, I'm done. First YouTube back in a while. If this gets more than 10 views, I'm taking it as a win. But remember to like, subscribe, got me feeling dangerous. I haven't said that in a while. I'll see you in the next one.